Meanwhile, Tora Kangarlou is an award-winning Iranian-American global affairs journalist, a renowned voice on Tehran, and the author of The Heartbeat of Iran, looking at the lives of ordinary citizens in Iran and the complexities behind the political narrative. Welcome to France 24, Tora. And I guess the question resonates around that. What's it like right now for Iranian society, beyond the politicians, a nation under attack? Tell us about some of the complexities that we should understand about the movement against the regime, those in support and those caught in the middle right now.
Thank you for that very important question. Quickly, before I get to that, speaking of Syria and the breaking news that we're getting, Syria and the new government there has particularly and peculiarly remained quiet. And I think this is something that we should take a close, or rather keep a close eye on as these events move forward. But talking about ordinary people, once again, I've been speaking with quite a few Iranians today. Somehow the internet worked and I managed to connect with some folks. And I just want to, again, encapsulate the civilian death toll that now surpasses 500. And if I may, Gavin, I want to mention the name of the youngest victim of this war, Rayane Qasemian. He was a 2-month-old baby that died with 80% burn, and she was the baby of a prominent gynecologist, a surgeon in Iran. So her parents died a few days after she passed away, and the only survivor is the 5-year-old son of the family. So speaking of civilian casualties, I truly believe it is important to humanize some of the innocent victims of this war that also equally exist in Israel. We have over the last few days seen the Iranian attack over Tel Aviv and Haifa, and fundamentally I want to emphasize that those in the region bearing the brunt of this tit for tat are ordinary people. And bringing things to the events of last night and the attacks, I just want to add some context that takes us to what Iranian people are saying. And that is, Gavin, just 2 days ago, rather, there was the UN Security Council meeting where Rafael Grossi, head of IAEA, talked about the gravity of a potential military action against these nuclear sites. And he said, and I'm quoting because I was on air at the time, he said that there are chemical and radiological particles dispensed within the facility in Natanz. And he raised grave concern over Fordo that if anything happens there, the impact is going to be cataclysmic, right? And he reminded us of the earlier days in the Russian-Ukraine conflict when the Zaporizhzhia nuclear facility was under attack. Okay, so I say all of this because I want to bring it home to the people of Iran. The folks that I've spoken with, every single one of them, specifically in Isfahan, they said, we're so concerned because we're not getting any transparency from our government and we're not, hearing anything from the outside world. IAEA chief today said there's no contamination, there is no trace of nuclear waste, but Iranian people are extremely concerned about this. They know that their government is not protecting them. Once again, they're reminded of that. And on top of that, they're wondering how much the Israeli intelligence and quite frankly, the American intelligence has infiltrated within the Iranian regime. They have full control of the country's airspace, and Iranian people are living in a very evident state of anxiety. And the last thing I would say, Gavin, to that point, they all categorically have told me, not just today, but over the past week, they want an end to this war. But today, they're saying that we are so concerned with the day after this war finishes, if the Islamic regime is still in power, because they are angry, they are humiliated, and they're going to choke us to death. They can't get their anger out on anyone else, but they're going to come after us, after ordinary people, and we're going to have an even more repressive regime. And that's the sentiment I'm getting. They are quite worried about what's next.
And that gets to the heart, doesn't it, of the whole movement that Benjamin Netanyahu tried to tap into, the Israeli Prime Minister suddenly saying as part of his rhetoric to rise up, women, life, freedom, the chants in Iran, to which, I guess it puts those who do want to see a regime change in a really difficult place, because if you're seen to be coming out right now, you're seen to be supporting Israel.
100%. And again, I want to emphasize on the streets of Tehran, you have IRGC and Basij forces with machine guns. And I'm not hearing this from one person or two. A lot of people are telling me about the security forces. If we remember, 2009, the Green Movement, the Ansarullah forces were right on the streets. These are the most brutal of forces. And folks have been telling me that these guys are on the street. Iranian people have paid with their blood and sweat over the years, telling the world that we don't want this government. We want change. We want freedom. We want to be decision makers in our own lives. Today, they know, especially today, that if they go on the streets, they're going to be quashed. And they believe that the United States and Israel is really not there to rescue them, unless, some have been telling me, unless President Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu have some form of plan B for a regime change. Who they may bring or who that may person be, yet to see. But again, I want to emphasize on the point that the Iranian people are saying, we are once again left with, and I'm quoting, a lunatic that is angry, and that they're referring to the Iranian government.